Hello. In this session, we're going to talk a little bit about advanced password policies or advanced password configuration of web control. Now notice that we're on the configure tree, system settings, security tab, and at the very bottom, I have some verbiage, use advanced password policy. Now this will only be available to installations that are using the advanced security package. This is an additional package available with web control that you can acquire from your dealer. And you can verify that you have it installed with web control by using this drop-down menu, checking the About box, and looking under Enabled Features. And I see that I do have Advanced Security. Now, Advanced Security is used in installations that require a higher level of password security. And you see this a lot in specifications for government installations like military bases. A lot of school systems have them, pharmaceutical companies, etc. A lot of times, the specifications will require this. Now, I can go ahead and check this box, but before I do so, let me tell you something. Just having the feature available doesn't mean it's enabled. Right now, this installation does have advanced password policy available to it, but we're not using the feature. We don't start using the feature until we check that box. Now, this is going to globally affect all operators, not just some operators. And right away, even if I make no additional configuration, something that happens with advanced password policy is that it prohibits the username and the password for any operator for being the same. In other words, an operator with a login of mjones cannot now have a password of mjones. The username and the password must be unique within the same operator. Now, what else can I do with advanced password policy? A lot of this is pretty intuitive, but I'm going to walk you through it. The passwords must contain at least 6 characters. I'm going to choose 6. You can put any number there, obviously. Now, if you leave it at 0, there's no minimum length. Now, every single operator must have a password of at least 6 characters or greater. If I check numbers, then every single password must contain a number. And the same is true of special characters like the @ symbol or the % sign, and also of letters. Now, I'm going to check numbers, so every single password in the system will have to have at least 6 characters and a number in it. It can also contain special characters and letters, of course. That's just not mandated. Now, we can also specify how often passwords can be changed. In this case, they cannot be changed more often than every 7 days. Just going to leave that. Passwords may not be reused until a certain number of different passwords are used. In this case, it's 0, meaning as our passwords expire, you can use the same password again. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to change it to 1, meaning when a password expires and the user is forced to create a new password, they can't just use the same password again. So I have to make a unique one. Of course, after that one different password has been used, they can revert back to the original. That number can be greater than 1, obviously. And then, of course, you can mandate how often passwords expire. So if I check this, after 30 days, when an operator goes to log in, they'll have to make a new password. I think that's pretty intuitive. Let's go ahead and accept those changes. Let's log out, and let's see what happens when I log in. What's interesting about this is that this particular username and password no longer meets the requirements of the password policy. So when I log in, even though my password has not expired as far as the length of time it's been around, web control is savvy enough to realize this password, which happened to be ALC, is not at least 6 characters in length and does not contain at least 1 number. And what's nice is web control will tell you right here what you need to do when you make your new password. So I'm going to go ahead and create a password that does, in fact, meet the minimum requirements. In this case, it happens to be web control 1. And I am now logged into the system. And that's advanced password configuration.